Good morning and welcome back to another sunny day in paradise. Let's enter the dark shop. Because, what are we doing today? What do you think? We're building an axe. What else would we be doing? Going to split? I wish. But Buckin's not available right now and I do my splitting with Buckin. So, anyways, what an intro. If you guys have been keeping up, you know I've been on a mission the last couple days. And I've whipped up both of these axes right here. This is actually one of my favorite heads I've come across. I like these bevels. I know they're not for everyone. And utility-wise, I haven't done a lot of splitting with them. It seems like they just kind of almost mimic convexness in another axe. And that's kind of the idea about it, right? Is a smaller contact point and then release from the wood easier. So it seems like a good idea in concept. I guess I've used the Sheriff of Buckins, but it's not quite as drastic as this. And I think it's actually convex on its own, whereas I don't know if this one is. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is a bit. Not a ton though. Anyways, that axe is glorious and it's beautiful. It's on that Whiskey River C30. Finished up nice. And then what have we here? Oh yes, the axe with the heel that was out to about here. This was probably the biggest reprofiling job I've done on an axe. Well, besides that maul maybe. That maul I had to do a lot of grinding on when I did that one. But this one is probably a close second. It was out quite a ways, like I say. Probably out to here, and that toe was exactly where it was. So it looked very weird and awkward. And this is probably, I'm assuming this was probably a head that was used over in Australia. That's where I bought it from. And they probably used it for concrete splitting or splitting on concrete or something like that. Or it could have just been used for many, many years and just slowly worn down. Either way, it's in pretty good shape and it held up. The profile on it is bloody ridiculous. Like totally ridiculous. Let's get to business. I'm thinking I'm not going to play this game again where I go back and forth and back and forth. This head's special to me too. I like the St. Catharines, and I think it's because they're made in Canada. I think Kelly is just such a cool company and one of the coolest. I really like the Plumb USA as well. But the ones that are St. Catharines and are made in Canada, I don't know. It hits home a little bit for me. So I like those. Do I want to do that one already? It's a great axe with a great profile. What else have we here? I'm on a bit of a Tassie kick right now. I could do something with that one. But I just did a big reprofile project. So I could do a Trojan, a good old Troji. That could be fun. This is that one with the A&E on it? Yeah. This is an interesting axe actually. Good profile as well. These ones aren't as convex as their other ones, but still, I mean, with the profile, I don't find myself ever getting stuck, really. So, that's an option. Okay, let me figure it out. I'll be right back. This is what I'm thinking. Plumb USA on, oh, you guessed it. Buckin 31 and a half, flagship, excuse me. Sharpened up. We got it to a very nice, honestly just a little bit below 25 degrees, kind of a sweet spot. Very nice even grind on there. All looking good, nice and convex. I'm thinking I'll polish this. This is a really, really nice head. I'm putting it on an absolute glorious handle. I want to do it justice. And so I am going to do a bit of a polish job on it, but I don't even know if I've showed you guys this yet. This is a double stamped Plumb. We have a faint Plumb right here and then a Plumb USA right there. And from what I understand, that is kind of rare. I could be wrong. Maybe that's on all of them, but I don't think it is. I think that is, to have the two different kind of stamps there, I think that's uncommon. So that's cool, but even just any stamp at all, I like to keep if I go to polish it, because it's really easy to wipe that right out. So I'm just gonna do a really light sanding, maybe even just like a 400, 600, and then polish it. So it's not gonna come out, you know, like a full-on mirror, but it'll just give it that extra kind of shine just to pop. And it'll kind of look cool with all the pitting and the stamps and all that. So that's the look I'm going for on this one. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2 on this build. Granted, I didn't do a whole lot on it yesterday, but it's also kind of later in the afternoon, or I was editing a YouTube video all this morning, and finally made it out to the shop, and I just did kind of a cool unboxing. It's going to be the next video, but I'm very excited to half that and give that a test. But that's not today's video. Today's is the Plumb. So we're gonna finish off this Plumb, get her hafted. We got a nice, oh, I didn't even show you this kind of out in the sun. Always looks so much better out in the sun when I do a polish like this. See it already. Just went for a nice pitted polish on there. Was able to save the stamps all the way around. A lot of people really like this look, and I'm one of those people. So just a very cool rustic meets polished, sharp splitting profile, almost a do-it-all axe. No pull at all. All right, let's get into it. We're making pretty quick work of this. It's all going good. I'm going slightly to the right, and I've been trying to work that out and just kick myself over. I'm actually really, really close. Yeah, we're looking good. And you can see we're already almost down to the shoulder. This was a fairly big eye, and filling those back corners, it took me just a little bit to fully get it, but we're there. And I don't think I'll go much lower. I'll just do one more kind of on and off trick. We can check out our coverage now, see how we're looking. Okay, so there we are. Coverage all the way around. In some spots a little more than others. Right here we can hopefully pick up just a little more. You can see we got some friction marks, but not quite the same kind of bite as everywhere else. So I'll leave that there, and I'll go over all of this one more time. Digging a little hard here. So yeah, one more kind of on and off. I'll finish the handle. And this is what I love about these handles. I've hafted a bunch of them now, so it is becoming more familiar and more comfortable. But I feel like you can make pretty quick work with these handles. We talk about it all the time, but why that is because you have the room for error. That's the best way I can put it. I'm not scared of going too much down here. I can just start up here, work my way all the way up, all during the process, and I know I can take a fairly significant amount with my sander or with my hand tools, whatever I'm using, down here, and I'm still gonna get it in the end. That's what I've ran into, and so I've found great success with these handles, and I talk about them a lot. I'm gonna keep talking about them. So we're almost there. Let's just kind of finish this off. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of thinning to this handle. Got a bit of weirdness going on here, a bit of a high spot here, and we're a bit flat there. So I'll do a bit of a thinning on this handle. I'll modify the palm swell just a bit. Let's carry on. About 5 o'clock, but I wanted to finish off that axe. But we're filling out an application for another cat. I told Rita if she wants another cat, we can get another cat. We've got one, and he's the best, but we might be getting another one. So we're gonna go fill out that application. So I think I'm closing up shop for the night, and then we'll finish that baby off first thing tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next day, and exciting news. We did get approved for the cat. So she's super cute, 13-month-old cat, and I don't think we can pick her up for a few days. Something about that. We can't pick her up for a few days, but yeah, that's good news. Rita's stoked. So that's that. I'm happy we cut her short yesterday and went and got that done. Back to business though. We're sitting pretty good. I was kind of trying to remember how I left it yesterday, and the handle's essentially complete. I just got to work it a little bit by hand. I've been getting into palm swells, and I want to customize the palm swells. What's a guy supposed to do? Like, cut that out? That is just so pretty. I don't know how you're supposed to cut that out. So I think I mean, I already did the whole kind of bring it down a bit and shape the sides. I might do a little more of that, but I don't think I'm gonna go crazy and cut one of these. I'll probably do that on the next one. That is just too pretty. Both of these, really. I have a hard time getting rid of stuff like that. But anyways, this is all coming together nice. I remember it now. I'm actually pretty much ready to haft. Did I cut the kerf yet? No, I gotta cut the kerf. Okay, let's get to business. We'll finish off this handle, cut the kerf, get a wedge in it, and call her a day. And then we'll be getting on to, the other project. First started out, I was leaving them a bit bigger. I was leaving them chunkier here, and you know, I've slowly got more comfortable with thinning them down more and more. Now you can see it hardly looks like it even gets any bigger there. But if you turn it on the side like this, you can see there's the haft right here. You can see it just has a slow taper up, and that's kind of all you need to get a really nice taper fit going on there. Will it focus? There we are. So I've talked a lot about burning handles with sapwood and heartwood mix. I do not burn them. For some reason, you know, me and Bucken and I actually did a bit of an experiment on this. I got a moisture reader, and we were reading the different moistures between heartwood and sapwood on an axe handle. And I think for the most part, it was like sapwood would be around 14%. 13%, 14%, and then heartwood would be more like 10%, 9% moisture. So I think what happens when you go to burn it is it's almost like the sapwood dries out, you know, it dries out more than the heartwood, and it just seems like they pull off each other, and that's how I've kinked them. I've kinked like 3 or 4 half heartwood, half sapwood ones from the beginning of all this. If I've tried to do a dark burn on them, and then they'll end up going wonky on me. So I'm very, very cautious about it now. Is this one, is that a possibility on this one? I mean, we've got a little bit of sapwood here, and then a little bit up at the haft. It's probably fine. I could probably just roast this thing, but instead I'm gonna just do a light burn on it, and just something to make the grain pop a little bit, and then probably go with a darker stain or something like that. A little bit gun shy after having to, start fresh on a few axes after doing the burning. This is gonna be a pretty wicked axe. So I'm excited to finish it. I'm excited to use it. I'm excited to get it into someone else's hands eventually. So a couple people have been asking me about a website. I gotta find the time between actually building axes and swinging axes, and I like to help Bucken out with filming and stuff like that. And then I do a lot of editing with daily posts on Instagram, and I'm trying to do as many YouTube posts as I can. I've been quite busy, and that's good. I'm happy that I'm busy, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But a website, I've built a couple websites in my past. Building a website for products, it seems a little bit different. So it'll just be a bit of a learning curve. I'm gonna get on it as soon as I can kind of make the time. It's gonna be probably a couple day event, because I'm using a new software that I haven't used, and yada yada yada, right? So I will get on that, but in the meantime, if you're interested in an axe, please feel free to just email me. My email's in every one of my descriptions on my YouTube videos. I believe it's in my bio on my channel as well. luckyaxebrand@gmail.com is the email. Or you can always send me a DM on Instagram. That works. That totally works too. So let's get at her. think it's that time. That time where I start getting nervous. Okay. Okay. You know, I really couldn't recommend these more. I believe they're about $11, $10 on Amazon. And they're just, you know, calipers just for measuring things. You can go inside and outside. They come in so handy for little things like this. You can get it, you know, I still make my wedges too big or, you know, mess up on them from time to time. I'm far from a master yet. But these things help me a lot. Got a lot of gappage to fill, especially in the back there. So I've made my wedge to hopefully fill, you know, the back where it's chunky and then where you don't need as much in the front. So I've tapered it a bit. I think I'm gonna go with it. I actually hammered along the back there and tried to get some of that, you know, where it was kind of fanned out. I tried to hammer some of it back in, but these sidewalls are actually quite strong and they're thick. So they moved a bit for me, but they didn't move a ton. So I'm hoping this will do it. Is that going to fill the back there? I think it should. Let's hope it works out good. That's sinking in there nicely. Okay. Happy with it so far. Let's take a quick gander. Just after setting it in, it went in there quite nice for me, so I'm happy with that. Good. I'm quite happy with that. You can see this back end cracked on me a little bit, so I'm hoping if I snip it short here, I'll be able to get rid of that. I don't want to keep banging on that and fully chipping off the back, because I've done that and it's not as pretty. So we'll salvage what we can. The front actually sunk all the way. I might even hit that a couple times with a hammer and just fully get it in, because I think it will go. But as far as our gaps and everything like that, I like this when that's just with the wood wedge, cracking it there and just really getting it as tight as possible. I feel good about that. That went really well. And it did. Beautiful. So there we are. Like you seen that little crack on the back. I think that happened on one of my last ones too. I'm just gonna work that by hand, a little bit of sandpaper, get it close, and then absolutely soak it in the waka. You won't even be able to tell. So, good half though. Okay, there it is, all cleaned up. It's looking good. Just needs to be soaked. All right, so I'm just finishing this up now. Let it soak for a little bit here. And I was actually able to finish up another project that you guys will see on the next video. I just gave it the final stamp and gave it a bit of a sanding. Now I'm just doing the final stain. So this thing is done. It's ready to go. It's ready to be used. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I appreciate it so much. And yeah. Love you guys. Roll the afters.